Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to CW Live. My name's Chris Webb, Head of Communications. I'm delighted to be joined by Kate Osborne MP, friend of the CW, former postal worker. And Kate has headed up, as many of you have been seeing today by all the videos, a brilliant debate in Westminster Hall where we've been getting across, what's happening to the Royal Mail, getting loads and loads of solidarity for our action and for, the service that all of you provide. So first of all, Kate, I want to say a big thank you on behalf of the CW to you for the debate today, but also, I suppose, give you the opportunity to explain to our members who are watching, there's already over 1,000 of them who've jumped on to watch us online, just what the debate was about today and the tone of it and whether you think it was a positive development or not.
Great. Thanks, Chris, and hi to all the members out there. So the debate was on the future of Royal Mail, but it was specifically talking about the USO and trying to get the government and the Minister, Kevin Hollinrake, to give a commitment to not attack and pull back the USO from a 6-day to a 5-day service. So obviously there were other elements of things going on within Royal Mail that were brought into the debate by myself and by other colleagues. And, it was absolutely fantastic to see so many MPs there. Thursday afternoons are really the day that a lot of MPs are travelling back to their constituencies. And so many of them, particularly from our side of the benches, from Labour, from SNP, so many stayed to contribute to the debate. And if nothing else, I hope that tells everybody how serious we take the future of Royal Mail and the USO, and how we will continue to fight for the USO to stay in the way that it is a 6-day service. There was also 3 Tory MPs, and in some of these debates, you quite often get no government bench MPs, but there were 3 backbench MPs there. One in particular, David Mundell, has a constituency in the far north of Scotland, a very rural community. And unusually, because it doesn't happen very often, I could agree with some of the points that he put forward in terms of how important Royal Mail and the USO is to rural communities, and indeed made some arguments in support that, as I say, unusually we could get behind. So the debate was an hour and a half in Westminster Hall. It isn't a divisible motion, which means there wasn't a vote on it, but certainly it's the opportunity to let the government, to let the Minister know that we are here, we're not going away, we're going to fight for the USO if indeed that comes about. And the Minister gave a commitment that they're not looking to change the USO, and they say that they've told Royal Mail that. I suppose the only worrying part of it from the Minister's point of view was some of the language that was used when he said that we are currently not looking to change the USO. And if you're a bit of a pessimist, or you don't trust the Tories, which I don't, then it does raise the question that, to use the phrase currently, what does that mean in the longer term? So, and I made the point that I've been speaking to different stakeholders, including having spoken to Royal Mail, who even as late as yesterday were writing to me to justify, after I had a couple of meetings with them, to justify or try to justify their reasons for trying to reduce the USO. So I think it's great that the government at the moment have given that commitment, but Royal Mail clearly aren't listening.
Thank you, Kate. I mean, I don't know if I don't think you can see the screen because but there's a flood of our members saying thank you to you and thank you to everyone who gave an excellent contribution today, with which there are many. I mean, a couple of things that I don't want to obviously keep you long, because I know you're really busy. I know you've got another meeting, and the premise of this session really was mainly to say thank you to you, but also to showcase to our members the efforts that everyone's going to sort of raise the profile of our members' issues. I mean, it's great. Obviously, you haven't forgotten your roots, former postal worker, and you're in there battling on our behalf. I mean, some of our members watching may be saying, yeah, but like, how does this help us win the dispute? I just wondered if you just take a moment just to talk about the importance of moments like today in putting pressure on the employer, putting pressure on the government, and raising awareness of what's going on for our members.
Yeah, so I think one of the things from today was to put a bit of pressure actually on the minister and on the government to say to Royal Mail, that certainly at this moment in time and hopefully in the longer term, they're not winning, they haven't won, and they're not winning the argument on the USO. And actually, if the government were more vocal in these issues, then it would help with your dispute, because we know that that's one of the areas that Royal Mail are attacking workers, because, I don't want to tell your members what the impact of the USO is in any great detail, because you guys obviously know better than anyone. But we know that the USO is an attack on workers. It is an attack on pay and conditions, and it's an attack on our communities. So I asked the minister a few questions, and one of them was, would he intervene by, or certainly make it more known, be more vocal about the fact that the USO isn't going to be changing. I don't have a great deal of faith that he will necessarily go away and do that in a very public way. Even if he did it privately with Royal Mail, it would be helpful. So, I'm not sure what else the government can do. They make a point of saying that it is privately owned, which of course we know about, and we also know that it should be brought back into public ownership, a point that myself and others made as well, of course. But I think the government could be doing an awful lot more than they are.
Thank you, Kate. Spot on, and I'm sure all of our members would agree with that. Just I suppose one thing, obviously, just to let the members know, what Kate's done for us today is fantastic. We've also got a select committee on the 17th, and we're meeting the senior Royal Mail shareholders on the 23rd as well. So lots of activity going on, as well as the reballot. You can see the slogans there: vote yes in the reballot. That's what we need from you in the next couple of weeks. Kate, I want to give you the opportunity, though, to give any final thoughts to the members, and reflections on today's session.
Yeah, I suppose it's just to say that, we all know what a strong union you are. We all know what fantastic activists and members you've got. But actually, you've got the support of a lot of MPs. You've got the support of the public. I know that you're in talks at the moment. I have absolute confidence that in your ballot you will return a yes vote, and I send solidarity to you all and wish you the best of luck going forward.
Well, thank you, Kate. I want to just close the session where I started it by saying thanks for everything you've done today. I mean, to see that cross-party support, MP after MP getting up, apart from Stephen Hammond, who seemed to be a little bit confused that he couldn't get deliveries in Wimbledon, because that may be because CW hates Qs in Wimbledon, but you can't win them all, can you? But thank you for all of your efforts, mate. And I know they're going to continue, and it's massively appreciated from the CW and every single member and the hundreds who are on here saying thank you today. So thanks for everything. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody.